Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to science class. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 11 of your science book, Force and Pressure. Students, look at these pictures which are showing different actions: pushing, pulling, turning, kneading, kicking, throwing. Have you observed any similarity among these? Yes, all of these pictures have a similarity in them. All of these are showing different actions, and for every action we need to apply force. Do you know what is force? A push or a pull applied on an object is called force. We are applying force when we are pushing a trolley or a carton box. We are applying force when we are kicking a football, catching a ball, kneading the dough, or turning the steering wheel of a vehicle. Applying force helps us to do different activities in our day-to-day life. When we want to open a drawer, we have to pull the knob of that drawer. And when we want to close it, we have to push its knob. This means that to move an object, it has either to be pushed or pulled. A push or pull on an object is called force. The direction in which the object is pushed or pulled is called the direction of force. We open or close a door by applying force. When we push the door to open it, then we apply a force on the door in a direction away from us. And when we pull the door to close it, then we exert a force on the door in a direction towards us. Students' forces are used in our everyday actions like pushing, pulling, lifting, stretching, twisting, and pressing. For example, a force is used when we push or kick a football. A force is used when we pull a door. A force is used when we lift a box or book. A force is used when we stretch a rubber band. A force is used when we twist a wet cloth to squeeze out water. And a force is used when we press the brake pedal of a car. The fallen leaves of trees fly away with wind because of the force of wind pushes them away. Even the roofs of some huts fly away during a storm because the force of strong wind pushes them away. And when we fly a kite, we can actually feel the force or push of the wind on it. Students, do you know when does a force come into play? A force comes into play when two objects involve interaction, or we can say that force arises due to the interaction between two objects. Before we go further, we should know the meaning of the term interaction as used in physics. Interaction means reciprocal action. Interaction involves two objects. In interaction, each object acts in such a way as to have an effect on the other object. In most simple words, interaction means to act on each other. So, we can say that force is due to an interaction. An interaction of one object with another object results in a force between the two objects. In other words, a force arises due to the interaction between two objects. At least two objects must interact with each other for a force to come into play. If there is no interaction between two objects, no force can show its effect. Let's understand this with the help of some examples. Suppose a man is standing behind a stationary car. Since there is no interaction between the man and the car, no force acts on the car and hence the car does not move. Now suppose the man pushes the car with his hands, due to which the car starts moving. When the man pushes the car, there is an interaction between the man and the car. During the interaction, a force arises which acts on the car and makes it move in the direction of applied force. So, if the man has to move the car, he will have to push the car. Understood? Now, here the two objects which are interacting for the force to come into play and show its effect are the man and the car. Okay students, if both of the objects are capable of applying force on each other, then the interaction between them can be of pushing or pulling. For example, now look at these boys. These two boys are interacting and applying force on each other by pushing each other. Now see this picture. Here the man and the cow. You can see a man and the cow. What the man is doing? The man is trying to pull the cow and this cow is also pulling this man. So here both of these are applying force by pulling each other. In this case, the man is pulling the cow and the cow is also pulling the man. Students, from these examples, hope you understood that at least two objects must interact for a force to come into play.